How can a man that has killed 2 women have a whole army behind him? The darkest part of this case is the support for Wade Wilson. These men and women have donated over $65,000, have signed over 20,000 signatures, all in hopes that Wade Wilson doesn't get the death penalty. Team Wade has now reached out to Jose Baez, a famous Florida attorney best known for representing Casey Anthony and Aaron Hernandez. The support for Wade has been overwhelming. For the Lee County Jail, they have since restricted Wade from receiving calls. And tonight, we will be listening to Maria, one of the leaders of Team Wade. This lady does not represent this podcast, and we do not support Team Wade.
They're saying that the breezy picture that we had is not the right picture. It is the right picture. There's another woman that other YouTubers are rolling around with. That isn't the right breezy, y'all. And breezy, she OD'd and she was found in the back of a truck, is what I've learned to understand. So R.I.P. to her, man. I just want to give an update on the Kiosk breezy. R.I.P. to her.
Yeah, R.I.P. to the victims as well. R.I.P. to Breezy. You know, there is a crisis happening in America. Fentanyl and, heavy narcotics is a real thing. So got to keep that in mind and be mindful of that. But let's get right into this, man. Like I said, the live we put up yesterday that we were watching, it got took down. So this is what's going to give us some clarity on what took place.
They got wristbands. Just to let you know. They got wristbands, y'all. They got wristbands. Save Wade Wilson wristbands. They are making
Merch,
money. Bro,
Whoa.
we need to come back with a shirt. Excuse my language. I'm actually gonna bleep that out. We're gonna say F Team Wade, and we're going to give majority of the money to the victims. That's what I would do, or someone else needs to do it. Someone do that, please.
Well, it's not hard to print up some shirts, man. I can go do that right now if I wanted to. I mean, we really could give a percentage to the victims. I mean, if that's really shit, if you wanted to, you can go all the way, wall to wall. You know what I mean? And just do it just to shut them down, because there's no Team Wade over here. None whatsoever.
All right, guys, we made it to over 30,000 likes. Please continue to like and share this page, but I think it's time to get started here. So, again, everyone, this is Marie, and from Team Wade, we want to thank you so much for adapting to the circumstances tonight. They might try to shut down our live streams, but again, they're not going to be able to silence us, and they're not going to silence Wade. We're a resilient group here, and we're going to continue to for him.
Bro, they're going to war.
To get started,
Team Wade is going to war.
First and foremost, we have a lot that we're going to...
Team Wade, man, this is a real thing, man. This is wild.
I told you, bro, 20,000 signatures, or what is it? No, they almost have 50,000, 20,000 donation, or 20.
Yeah, that's a small army, man.
Bro,
that's a small army. Imagine if 20,000 people came together on just one topic of politics, and I'm not going to get crazy, but this is over a guilty man of killing 2 women. Like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gang.
Someone's gonna dying over this shit, bro. They're going to rally. So we put this in the last podcast that we did. We're gonna have it released today. And basically, bro, they're going to the sentencing. They're gonna be there outside the courthouse. They're gonna be wearing.
There's gonna be counter protesters. There's got to be, bro.
Bro. Why not? Why not?
Small clashes. It'll probably be realer than Trump's. You seen the video I had when I went to the Trump indictment, right? It was wild out there.
Yeah, this is gonna get violent.
Yeah, I could see this getting violent. A lot of angry women against a lot of angry women. This is gonna be the Xena Warrior Princess all over again.
We're going to look to cover here tonight. So we've actually decided to break this up into a 2-part event. Again, we'll probably get a little bit creative again next time and figure out how we're going to host the next live event. But we do want to let you know kind of an idea about what we're going to be here to cover tonight. Again, we're still increasing our viewers here, so please continue to tap on the screen and make sure that you share this out as I go over this information with you, because we want to get his message out to as many people as possible. And again, we're going to record this so that we can post it afterwards. So our next live event, we're planning to have it completed actually on Sunday. So this coming Sunday, the 25th, we're still figuring out the time. So stay tuned to our official pages, Wade Stephen Wilson Official on both Instagram and TikTok, and on Facebook, Wade Stephen Wilson, for more information on the time. But we're going to plan to do another live on Sunday. Now, the whole idea of tonight, guys, is we want to give you an update on Wade, of course, our number one priority here. We also want to touch on our Fundly and Go Get Funding campaigns, his motion for a new trial and acquittal being denied, and, potential new attorneys that we've been looking into. We also are going to debunk some rumors that are going around.
Yo, this chick is orchestrating this better than the fucking team that protected Trump before assassination, bro. This is crazy, bro.
They're doing better than the people against Wade. You could tell that they have a lot of time on their hands where they're sitting down, she's probably talking to Wade every day or every other day, working out this plan of these raffles where these people are donating money just to get a call back from Wade, just to get a time, a
Meet
video
and greets.
chat.
It was a meet and greet that he was saying with the fucking
Yep.
reporter. He was like, "Yo, anybody can come down here. You get to meet me." And
This is the most attention he has ever gotten in his life for being who he was, and I heard the adopted parents were actually friends of his dad in the church. They knew the Wilsons, so he was never in the system. We need to clear that up. He was never in the system, bro. He immediately went to another family. But I understand it's still that love, that natural, that
there's a disconnect there.
There's a disconnect. There always will be when that happens. People need to understand that.
Going around, because I'm sure everyone has seen them. There's about 1.5 million going around right now, and everyone's been sending us in these rumors, and we're really thankful so that we can make sure we can address them so what the actual truth is. And trust me, guys, we have receipts as well. So we came prepared.
Well, let me tell you
tonight.
something, lady. No, I'm getting pissed off already. I just don't like the tone of this. She doesn't show her face. Like, none of you team waiters, the ones that showed their face on that website, I gave y'all balls, bro. The one girl with the eyebrows on fleek.
Yeah, but this is the woman that gives them the courage to do that when she doesn't do it herself. So,
but she's a pussy.
All right, I'm gonna backstep just one, two. Listen, I think this could be a way to just identify the like-minded individuals of who supports Team Wade, and she could be some sort of agent because no face, but she's very articulate. She is fucking precise and on the money. She's got this shit orchestrated. Like I said, she's doing better than Trump's team on the assassination. So, who is this lady? Really? Who's she working for? Who sent you, lady?
She might be in cahoots with the German lady.
Maybe she. I think it's a little deeper than that.
So to get started, though, let's start with an update on Wade. So it's been a little bit of a challenging week. As of last Saturday, it was August 10th at 4:15 p.m. Wade officially had all of his phone and email communications completely shut off and revoked. So they are
told y'all that was going to take place too, man.
Doing their best to silence Wade on the inside as well, because again, I think they're a little intimidated that we're trying to tell his truth. Now, being completely honest and transparent, we are not sure when or if he's going to be getting these privileges back before he is transferred to prison, but we are still fighting on a daily basis for this.
So my understanding, once you're on death row, that's like 23-1. That's like being on a high disciplinary, admin seg. Like, it's everything combined, everything. Like, you're not going to really be making calls unless you'll probably have one person you can call on your calling list. And they're going to have to be vetted, and like, they're going to give him the worst stay possible. I can only imagine what other tricks they have up their sleeves, but communication is definitely going to be cut.
Let me say this. If he wasn't getting this fame before death row, he would have access to the kiosk. It sounds like they took the kiosk away. because phone calls from prison, Jumpsuit Pablo, all these other YouTube channels have
Yo,
put this
so
out there where he's making moves. That's what I'm basically trying to
no,
say.
he
Go
is,
ahead.
and I get it, and you got to look at it. So being in jail at one time, I learned how this works, and what they do is they make sure that if there's someone with any kind of control that can possibly set off a fucking movement and make shit happen, they will make sure that they cut all communication, because he has a following. He has not 10 people, 20 people, 200 people. He's got thousands of women and men. There's a percentage of men in there that are willing to go to fucking war for this guy. So they have to make sure that there's no line of communication for him to make any kind of fucking disturbance at any of these events, or even at any given time. So they're gonna shut his ass up. It's over. This is gonna die down. This lady's keeping it alive. She's gonna milk it for the money and all that. But
Was you locked up with anybody famous though? Oh yeah, you know what, Lil Wayne. I forgot. My
yeah,
bad. My bad.
so there was a few that I was locked up with on Rikers Island. Little Wayne. Who else? The dude that had the tiger in his apartment in Harlem was with him.
Davies.
I don't know.
I'm just joking.
I could have been on Rikers Island at the same time, but I was definitely not in the same building with him. And then a few other
But nothing
people.
like Wade Wilson though. No.
Oh, so the
zero
guy, the dude from Bronx Tale, I was with him on Rikers Island. He got moved everywhere with ESU. The Italian kid that the cop got shot.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to cover that one day. We'll cover
That
that.
was with him. Yeah.
We want to thank everybody so much for your concerns. But we are going to ask you that you please do not reach out to the jail any further. We're significantly concerned that this is causing him to have his privileges taken away even longer, because of how many people and the volume of the amount of people who are reaching out directly. So we really thank you for your concern. Truly, it means a lot, but please do not contact the Lee County Jail any further. They can implement their own rules. They are not regulated by the government because it is not a state prison. So we do need to make sure that we're aware that the more we reach out, unfortunately, we think the worse off it is for him.
Wait a minute. How's
we
that
have
make
tried to
sense?
contact the jail.
Oh,
Make it
it's
make
well,
sense.
okay. Lee County. It's the county. But I thought the feds always overruled state.
This is not a Fed case though. This is a state case.
I understand the case point, but they're talking about the conditions in the prison and the rules in the prison.
Oh, they're just using that's a
I mean
that's
the
a
jail. I mean the county jail.
That's a loophole that they can use. They can use whatever they want. It's an excuse to just say, "Yo, listen, he's not getting the fuck on the phone," and it's a security risk now. Once they label that shit a security risk, bro, it's over, bro. See, they didn't have enough to do it before because it was entertaining. It was like the boy Joey, Dr. D, and fucking Cruella over there. So it was like it's not much. But when the calls and this, he's getting a lot of mail, he's getting a lot of money, people. So gotta remember, they're gonna cut all that shit. It was fun in the beginning.
In-house rules. It's like in-house rules type.
Yeah, they can do whatever. If it becomes a security problem, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Security risk? Yeah, listen, we're giving you the bare minimum. Fuck around if you want to. That's how they're gonna treat him.
Well, how is she getting a hold of him?
It's a good question. She could be making all this shit up.
Bro, have we any of us even thought about that? That these people could just be scamming and Wade doesn't even know any. But we heard a recording of Wade though. She has clips of Wade. I believe she does talk to Wade.
Well, this is all alleged.
Jail ourselves on numerous occasions, but we've been put on hold or hung up on. We haven't really been given any form of information. We've even tried to contact his lawyers and we've had absolutely no luck. No shocker there though, but they haven't returned any.
So she's just going off of the fact that she can't get through to anybody.
Yeah, they're trying to silence her. She says, "I don't know. We'll see."
Well, it could have, it could have been a stunt last night. That thing about the live being up and then it getting turned off, that could have been all fucking PR. That could have all been orchestrated to keep us in awe.
Any of our phone calls or emails. Now, I will say that today, Wade did appear for a court appearance today for his motion to transport, and that's ultimately so that they can transport him to and from to get him to his scans and MRIs that need to be completed on August 22nd. Now, the good news is, guys, we can share that someone on our team was able to make it today to that hearing at 9 a.m. And we
imagine if he's trying to, and this is just something that I just thought of, because that would be a great time to catch a little escape. You know what I mean? You might have one of these invested women that he might have been able to get the Morse code to, right? Do the beep boop do the boop boop, and say, yo, listen, they're gonna bring me somewhere, follow us, and I'm gonna make it happen. Be my getaway driver. I'm just saying, I read a lot of books, and they said, and then maybe they caught it. They said, we're gonna let you go as far as you think you can go. No, I watch a lot of movies too.
And we were physically able to see Wade. It was absolutely great. And ultimately, he seemed like he was in good spirits, given the circumstances, clearly, and not being able to communicate with anyone on the outside. He did see that he had a representation from his team there, and you could really tell that it kept him upbeat and excited of what the future holds. Because, again, he knows that he has us out here fighting, even if he can't communicate with us on a daily basis right now. So, again, we did see Wade today in person, one of our team members, and he was very happy to see that he did have support there. Now, heading on next to the Fundly and Go Get Funding campaigns, we wanted to address this.
What do they do? Show up with like Team Wade shirts on, bro? Like, how does he know?
His favorite color is blue. So during the whole speech by another Team Wade person by the name of Dark Angel, which she wants to go by the name of BEE. So basically, she's saying that everybody that's going to be showing up at the hearing on Tuesday, not the hearing, but the sentencing, they're going to be there with blue shirts on, and they're going to have signs that say "Save Wade Wilson," "Free Wade Wilson."
Whoa.
They're coming peaceful. They said they don't want violence. They're coming peaceful. That's what she said, but she can't speak for all these other women, all these other men. Joey's coming with a vengeance. Joey's with the shits. Let's just get to
Joey's like the big homie of them. Like, he goes and he gets protected, right? They surround him.
He's part of GBC, man. GBG, Gay Boy Gangsters, bro. And he's coming hard, bro.
This is wild, man. I want to see the counter protests. I want to see the women and men that are against this bullshit. All right.
This because there's been a lot of rumors going around that it's going to get shut down. There's going to be legal action taken against it. So I will tell you that our pages are as strong as ever right now. We have actually had constant communication with a representative from Fundly. They've been super, super helpful with helping us try to resolve issues with the donate button and other website glitches. And thanks again to the supporters for letting us know when that happens, because sometimes we're sleeping, sometimes we're unaware. So anytime you have an issue with donating, or if it's not showing it, let us know, and we're going to make sure that we reach out to that representative who's been super helpful. They are very much aware and familiar with our campaign and our goals. So again, guys, I want to reiterate, this money is not going directly to Wade, but instead the donations are going to be going towards a lawyer for him to handle his appeals process.
Oh, they're going to skim some off the top. I see where this is going.
I told you.
He is not
Yep. I see what you're saying now.
And another thing too,
off of this at all.
He can't take money right now. He can't profit off of what he did. That's the whole thing with he's not allowed to.
But technically, he's profiting. If he's getting a lawyer out of the deal of them doing all this, this is profiting. I mean, I don't know how you would clean that up and funnel it through how she's trying to say what she's going to do, but that's still profiting. No matter how you look at it, whether it's on the books or off the books, ethically, it's wrong, bro. You can't. Come on, bro.
And the money that's being raised for Wade is to go directly, again, to the lawyers who are going to handle his appeal process. So I I will tell you that the lawyers to handle these types of process, it's a little expensive. It's around $150,000 to $250,000. And there's also more legal fees on top of that we're learning about on a daily basis. It's absolutely insane. Take some time to Google it if you can. Wade also has some other medical conditions, including a hernia, which have been neglected over the last 5 years that he's been in.
Oh, wow. Probably getting his cheeks claps, bro.
I was about to say, can you get hernias from doing gay shit?
I don't know. There's got to be something going on. I don't know. But is there any way that you can put an X over this Wade Wilson? Save Wade Wilson. Can you put an X somehow, some way over the save? Because I just don't want people to get the wrong idea.
Is that better?
Is what better?
I put the X on there for you, bro.
Yeah. Yep. X Wade Wilson. You can take that however you fucking want. You know what I mean? It's art. This is a expression of art right here.
Bro, you don't have to explain why you don't like Wade Wilson. Like, I didn't have to explain why about the other stuff with the dad, you know what I'm saying? You can have your opinion, and that's my opinion too, is, bro, Wade Wilson's a fuckboy, bro. He's a pussy. What really made me mad is that other gay dude was wearing a Florida State shirt, and he's over here slapboxing. Dude, he got slammed by Wade Wilson, bro. Embarrassing.
Yeah, I can see
Take that shirt off, dude. I would make that dude take that damn Florida State shirt off, bro.
Yeah. Definitely didn't represent the way he should have. So what's going on? We gonna keep on listening to this broad here? Or
yeah, we got to, bro. We got to. We're the only ones doing it. Everyone else is scared to do it.
All right, let's keep on listening. I'm just gonna ignore bullshit.
Now, switching gears, we're going to talk about his motion for a new trial and acquittal, which was denied the other day. So we do want to let you know there's rumors, and I'm sure you've seen it, that Wade has no chance to get out of jail or prison. This is fake news, everybody. Wade still has the option to go through the appeal.
He's going to go through the appeal, but he's not going to fucking win. She is trying to keep this live. She is invested, and she's thinking longevity. You know, it takes about 5 to 6, maybe even 7 years to even get, in a courtroom for the appeal once it's filed and put through everything. It takes quite some time.
Appeals process to make sure that he can fight his conviction. Now, the appeals process, we're actually going to do the live on Sunday, and we're going to cover more about what that actual process entails so that everybody can be educated on what the next steps are going to be for Wade and for his trial. So we were ultimately expecting this motion to be denied because it goes to the current judge, Judge Thompson, and he's the one who gets to decide. Now, this is very rarely granted by the trial judge. Because if you think about it, why would a judge really want...
Yeah, I got a good question. Because I'm just like, what kind of woman is this? It's like she is going hard. But are these women racist? Like, all these women, like, Nazi lovers?
It's a possibility. Another thing, too, is this one acts like she comes off like she doesn't like him, like thinks he's attractive or like they're like lovers. But to me, she seems like she's the leader, and it's like it's like a cult.
She's playing like mommy role.
Yeah, bro. It's like American Horror Story, bro.
It kind of does have a little American Horror Story vibe. It does. Weird. It does, bro.
Want to agree to a new trial when he was overseeing it previously. This means that he would have to admit his own fault and how he ruled over the case. So again, we were expecting his motion for a new trial and acquittal to be denied, but the fight is not over. We are still going to be here with Wade through the entire appeal process, and we are going to ensure that he gets a new trial out of this. But again, guys, the only way that...
Yeah, it's not hard to tell that this lady is a con artist, bro.
She's like the voice. She's not the bag behind it, but she's the voice behind it. Now, there's other people that have the bag, and they're dropping bags for this shit.
Yeah,
20,000, 10,000.
Yeah, you see how many donors there were? It's not a lot of donors, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not a lot of donors, but they got deep pockets.
Yeah, I see, man. Scary shit. Are you scared? You afraid somebody's gonna come knock on your door?
Bro, scared of Team Wade? Bro, he's got a green light on him. We could talk about that too later. JD DeLay basically gave it away in his last video, saying that organization has a green light on Wade Wilson, and he's going to be dead before the state even
The
kills
one
him.
he was false claiming, he was false repping.
Yeah,
Oh man.
allegedly.
Yeah, I heard those boys do nasty work.
I had want no smoke with him. I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, I heard those boys do nasty work. Not the smartest of the bunch, but they do put in pain. They get in the pain.
Big facts.
That we can get him to the appeals process is if we can hire a lawyer and the best lawyer for him. So that's why we wanted to move on next to talk about potential new attorney information. And I do have some stuff to share with you on that too. We have reached out to several very reputable firms in Florida, approximately 6 of them. And again, guys, we don't want just the bare bones for Wade. And I don't know about you, but I want to make sure that when he comes through this entire appeals process, that he has the best person by his side. He deserves that because, again, he hasn't been given a fair chance or any type of way to tell his truth and to tell his story. So when it comes to the new attorney, again, I already let you know how much it can cost,
$150,000.
She
She's gonna add.
sounds, bro.
Go
She
ahead, go
sounds
ahead.
like she's inciting in a way of like rallying these people. I'm getting a vibe of this. She's acting like a fucking dictator, bro.
No, she's the CEO of Team Wade, bro.
She's definitely up there. She's definitely up there, but she ain't the one with the money.
Yeah, did I ever tell you about the story when I was living with a friend of my mother's? We were living in a trailer park in New Jersey, not too far from Tom's River, and they had this girl that the lady we were staying with adopted. She was a little bit older than me. I had to be like what 8, 9 or something like that at the time, and she brung me to the nearest shopping, like food center. She got an old tin cup of coffee, the old coffee cans. She put a piece of loose leaf paper around it and said, put on it Little League donations. Had me stand out there for an hour. We had to collect at least like $200, bro.
Okay, all right, hold on.
But this is what she had me doing. So I know a con artist when I see one, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. I know that you just not you panhandle. No, that's not even panhandling. That's
That's scamming, bro.
scamming,
Yes, yeah, I'm telling you, I know a fucking
bro.
scammer
How
when I
old were
see
you?
one.
She made you do
Like
that?
8 or 9. I was like 8.
She groomed you into scamming, bro.
She did. She fucking had me out there with the coffee can talking about Little League donations, bro. Fucking me, people dropping as soon as they come out the grocery store, dropping 20s and 10s, 20s and 10s. And then when it started getting hot, we got the fuck up out of there.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. But I know a scammer when I see one. She died. She overdosed. I found out years later. Um, but if she wouldn't have been dead and gone, and she wouldn't have overdosed, she sounds like she would have been a lot like this lady. I bullshit you not.
$50,000 to $250,000 for what's called the direct appeal process, and that's that first appeal that does occur after conviction and after sentencing. We also found out that not every single attorney can actually handle these cases. We found out that they have to be death penalty certified. God forbid if that's what the outcome is on Tuesday. And many will not take on the case until they figure that out. Now, everybody understands that we need to have an attorney secured for Wade before he has a sentencing. And our goal is to get one completed and signed up by Friday at the very latest so that they are ready to go on Wednesday morning, the day after his sentencing is actually completed. Now, A lot of you have written in the comments, how about Jose Baez, right? Big name. He's handled some big cases like Aaron Hernandez and Casey Anthony. I will tell you that we have reached out directly to the Baez law firm, and we did.
Oh, wild cases too. Those are some wild cases to be taken.
Yeah,
So,
Baez is a good lawyer, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't like Cohen, like all of them. They're good lawyer. You know, that's who you want. Or Boosie's lawyer from Louisiana or Atlanta. Atlanta, they're all good lawyers, bro. The one that was on
I'm pretty
Vlad.
sure she's getting a kickback under the table for something. Orchestrating and connecting everybody. She's getting finder fees on the loan after everybody's paid and said and done. Come on, man. Come on.
He's already been found. So they want a lawyer so he doesn't die. They just want to be able to talk to him for the rest of his life in prison. That's the goal, right?
Listen, I guess. I mean, that's the goal. But I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line, she's collecting some kind of funds, and somebody's gonna hit her off with a little chunk.
But do they know that he has a green light on him? That's the question.
I think they understand the fact that he's probably never gonna be able to touch population. He's gonna be escorted everywhere. Once they grant the death penalty, he's gonna be stuck 23-1. Everywhere he moves, he's gonna be moved by himself with the CO. Now, if he goes into a spot like an Epstein spot, you never know. Anything can happen, man. They could be going in the showers, and then all of a sudden somebody's in there and they're shanking them up.
They might hide him like Nicholas Cruz, bro, where, 1090 Jake had to reveal that the state's been hiding Nicholas Cruz, putting him in some kind of vacation prison somewhere.
Yeah, I heard he's in a camp somewhere in a far off resort.
Yeah, 1090 Jake. Shout out to Jake for that.
Yeah, he's going to be under supervision out the wazoo. Camera in a cell, CO's movement, one or two people that he'll be able to call, probably one person that he knows personally and his lawyer, and that'll probably be it. And the chances of him getting touched, it could happen, but I think he'll take himself out before that happens. He's gonna take himself out. The way how desperate he is, bro, he's gonna eventually go to that route. It's gonna cross his mind.
Did speak to the representative there. What I'm going to try to do here is, and I'm not sure if I can, I'm going to try to post a picture here showing you the conversations that we actually had. So I apologize. Give me 1 second. I'm going to post the first screen here, which is the direct email thread with one of the representatives at the Baez firm. Let me just share this now. You guys should be able to see this. Let me just say, yeah, you guys should be able to see this first email now. This is directly from Michelle. I've been in contact with her at the Baez firm, and you can see in here that she's expressing that the jurors actually voted potentially for the death penalty. They said that she said in her email that she's going to have to check in and see if this is even.
So check this. I'm going to read the email which she wrote back because there's a lot of high points that she's not really saying. It says, "Hi, Marie. I see that the jurors voted for the death penalty. As a result, it is very likely the judge will give him death. I need to confirm if we would be able to handle the appeal. I need to discuss this with our DP counsel. I say this because there are technicalities when it comes to a DP appeal. Not anyone can handle these types of appeals. She is currently in a trial, but it should finish today. I should have response today, but just for your knowledge, the trial lawyer has to file notice of appeal 30 days after the defendant is sentenced. Once that is done, then the retained counsel for the appeal can file a notice of appearance because it would be private counsel. The defendant is responsible for all costs, which would include the trial transcripts. Therefore, you will want to make sure you have sufficient funds to cover those costs as well. If you want to have an idea on how much it would be, you can call the court reporter's office once he is
even a case
sentenced and ask how much it would be to transcribe your dire trial and sentencing."
Basically, no, we're not going to be able to take this. You've already lost the case.
Yeah,
it's over with.
It's done deal.
That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, it's pretty much collect as much as you can because it's not going to happen.
that they would be able to cover. because they really only have maybe 1 or 2 people who can handle death penalty cases. And again here, guys, the only way that Jose Baez's firm would be able to cover him, she expressed to me, and I'm going to post the next one for you. So give me 1 second while I get that up here. But again, in this next one here, you're going to see that she actually wrote an email and let us know as well that if he's sentenced to the death penalty, and here's the next one, guys, you're going to see that if he's sentenced to the death penalty, that they said that they would not be able to be involved if he is sentenced to death. We would have to wait until sentencing to find out.
Oh, man.
So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were.
He's cooked, bro.
He's cooked. I need to put that on a thumbnail one time. He's cooked.
He's cooked. Put him on the grill. He's fucking cooked.
Perfect.
So, for these women not to know that this whole thing is a fucking done deal and he's not, it's over. It's he's gonna get fried. And for them, like this lady, to keep on going and keeping this shit alive, it's all about capitalizing. All right, medical, cool. You know, everybody deserves medical and shit. But there's a grievance process and a way he can actually go through the court process and file for, you know, what he's being neglected of when it comes to medical. So if he's going through all this shit and getting on phones and talking to everybody and fucking Team Wade, but he can't fucking make sure he writes a grievance and sends something to the fucking courts and let them know that he's fucking physically ill. Come on, man. It's all a fucking sham.
Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. It doesn't make sense now with the medical. You're right.
Hey, come on, man.
We're aware that we ultimately have reached out to the Baez law firm. They were super helpful and they were super nice. But we also wanted to make sure that you were aware that on the other end, they said that if he is sentenced to the death penalty, they cannot help in this situation, no matter what the circumstances. We even asked if Jose Baez himself, if we could afford him, if he would cover it. And unfortunately, we've been told no. So we did want to give you guys that update on the Baez law firm. And again, we're going to have this all recorded here, guys, so that you can go back and you can review all the information in the emails, because I know it's a little bit difficult to be able to read those emails quickly. But we still haven't given up hope. We still have several other really wonderful, great lawyers in Florida who are.
She's shopping around. See what she could get and then what kind of kickback she could. Because now she's got to establish a new relationship.
They're gonna get there's not even a public defender that wants to take this case, man.
Yeah, public offenders take anything. Yeah, they fucking get their name out there real quick. You never know. You might get one of those sloppy ties.
He better call Saul. Better call Saul. That's who they need. Saul Goodman.
I don't even know who that is. Who are you talking about?
Breaking Bad, the lawyer in Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
You gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it.
I can't believe you're one of the people that never seen Breaking Bad.
Nah, man, I don't like drugs like that, bro. I don't like being around it, seeing it. Like, I sold crack for 2 weeks, bro, and I couldn't do it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. It's not. I was living around that shit. My mother was a fucking crackhead. You know what I'm saying? I've been around fiends. So I don't want to see. You know what I mean? This shit brings back trauma for me, bro.
We're open to taking on the case if we can raise up the proper amount of money for a retainer. Now, on top of it, you guys have also asked about the Innocence Project, and we've already looked into the Innocence.
They're gonna fucking say, hell no, get the fuck away from Don't Come Back
Project as well, too. Now, the thing is with them, they won't do anything until sentencing is completed. So our goal is that we've actually already written it all out. But as soon as the sentencing is completed, we are going to directly reach out to the Innocence Project, and we're going to see what they can potentially do to help us out. Okay. But again, our number one goal, and I don't want to forget, you get to remind everyone of this, is that we want to have an attorney on board.
The attorney represents the kiosk. Can you see that, Unplug?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a kiosk. What's her name?
This is Marie. There's also a Marion. There's a Dark Angel. I know a lot of the Teen Wades.
Marie.
There's Courtney, one of his ex-girlfriends.
I don't know.
Hey, there's also a baby mama that reached out to us that's saying that she had a kid with Wade that Wade didn't even know about in 2016. I think she's full of crap.
I think we should have her up. Let's see. Let's entertain it. Fuck it. Let's entertain it.
All right. Well, listen. We'll see. We'll let the people decide in the comments if we should even entertain it at this point, because it's just. I know the dad's upset with a lot of people. The dad is upset with you too. The biological dad. And again, I have no hate for him at all, bro. I don't know why everyone thinks we.
No, there's no hate for him. It's just,
bro. You said you would hide a body for your dog, so I don't understand.
And that's crazy, right? I really thought.
Yeah,
bro,
dude. I know. I got you that, bro.
Really
Y'all, it's on the last episode, y'all. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Because I would be mad at him as I'm digging the fucking hole, bro. I'd be like, yo, look what you made me do. You know what I mean? Like,
look what you made me do.
Put him on timeout weekend hours and shit. Wow, bro. It's crazy how, I don't know. I'm not going to get too crazy. But, yeah. Lawyer Marie. That's what I'm going with her. That's her name now. Lawyer Marie.
Ordered and ready to take over by Wednesday of next week. So that means we have just a few more days, guys, to continue to raise funds on our Fundly account as well as on our Go Get Funding. So again, please make sure you check out on Fundly and Go Get Funding. It's under Save Wade Stephen Wilson.
You know what this sounds like? An infomercial on the late nights. Remember they used to do the infomercials?
Oh man, I remember them. I do remember them.
The old ladies that watched it. Like, this is the last.
OxyClean. That guy ended up passing away.
Yeah, and then they used to do it on everything, bro. Whatever was like, the gimmick for housewives and shit.
This sounds like she's, how many people are in this chat? I think it was 200 last night. That was it.
That was beginning. That was on a countdown, bro.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
That's his official TikTok too. So it's 26,000 followers. That's pretty crazy.
The view she's getting is wild. The algorithm kicks that out hard and fast. Good line drive down the field.
Wilson. Again, Fundly and Go Get Funding. It's Save Wade Stephen Wilson. Please donate. Any amount matters, and any support works here so that we can make sure that we can get him the proper attorney and lawyer that he deserves.
She's very cautious of her.
So next, guys, we're gonna.
I don't know if she's reading off of something or she's just freestyling, but if she's freestyling, man, she's a saleswoman at their finest. She should be down on Wall Street, bro.
Sell me a car quick with like 300,000 miles on it. I'd buy it.
Yep, real quick. She is on the money.
Gonna hop on over and we're gonna debunk some rumors here next. After that, we're going to finish up by doing some open Q&A. And again, continue to send in your questions that you do have for us. Make sure that your questions are respectable. We're not going to answer any question on Wade's childhood, his family, his romantic life. And we will answer questions on his case as long as it's public knowledge. We don't want to do anything to jeopardize him here in the future. So please just make sure that your questions are respectable, but we do want to make sure that we answer as many of them as we can tonight. So the first rumor that we're going to debunk here, guys, is that Wade has access to the internet and social media. This is completely fake news. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with jail, which I wasn't before meeting Wade, they have absolutely no access to almost anything. Their tablets.
Whoa.
What?
Like she's capitalizing. She was scouting.
What is she? Obviously is in love with him too. Don't come on.
Tablets have very few and far between apps that they can even utilize. So first and foremost, Wade does have access to things like music, which is similar to like a Pandora. He has access to movies, which is updated once per month, and he doesn't even get everything that's new. He does have a few games, and one game that I know that I personally downloaded from talking with him is called Merge Block. I recommend you check it out. It's
Wow. See?
In the music he's listening to, he's definitely listening to some gay ass shit. He's a Swiftie. He's Wade Wilson is definitely a Swiftie.
What's wrong with Taylor Swift?
You know what? I take that back. After being a girl dad, I take all that back.
Yeah, come on.
It's a little interesting, but it's honestly kind of fun to play. And I know he loves playing it. He also has email available through Smart Inmate on his GTL tablets. Again, though, all of his phone calls and emails have been completely disabled, and we don't know when he's going to return those. So, again, I want to remind you of that. He also has absolutely no access to internet, no access to apps like Signal or WhatsApp. And I really want to highlight this because there have been a lot of scammers going around that are stating that they can help you get in contact with him for a fee through these apps. Please, guys, do not believe them. That is not Wade that you are speaking to. And the reason why I say this is because the jails have super strict restrictions, and they would never allow Wade to use encrypted apps like Signal or WhatsApp to communicate with anybody. The jail wants to make sure that they can read every single message and they can record every single phone call that comes through. And Wade's being watched right now, I want to remind you, 24/7. Like literally 24/7. I can't express it. There is absolutely no way that he would ever have access to these apps, again, because they are encrypted, and it would not allow the jail to be able to review messages or listen into the phone conversations or record them. Another thing that I'll add is the fact that Wade also cannot take photos to send to you, and you cannot call him. He has to call you because it is a prepaid phone call. He does not have a cell phone, contrary to popular belief here. And again, he's being watched 24/7. And so there's absolutely no way that they would ever allow him to have a cell phone, because we get it, right? People in some prisons can get them snuck in. Well, reminder, guys, this is a county jail and it's much smaller.
Hey, Plug, man. How you feel about sending this guy an email, see if he'll come up on an interview?
Well, she said in the beginning of the whole stream that she has no access to anybody. So what is she talking about now?
I don't know, bro. But it wouldn't hurt to try.
We had somebody reach out to him in the messages, and no reply. So, and it is he's a YouTuber himself, so he's probably going to use it for his YouTube. But that was the way that I seen that it was going to get done. So I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what he says back to you then. Out of my control.
I think we need to go forward, and if we're going to do it, we need to do it. You know what I mean? Because I think it's a good possibility that we could possibly get him up here and maybe really fucking get some good questions and some good answers.
Who's going to be good cop? Who's going to be bad cop?
I don't know, man. We could chop each other in, man. You know what I mean? Tag team. You know what I mean? I'm
going off on his ass, dog. I don't give a fuck what you say, dude.
I hear you. I mean, eventually you can get that far, but let's see what the fuck he's got to say first, because he's going to be in the most vulnerable position that he can, possibly be in before he sits in that fucking chair. Or what are they gonna do? Florida is the chair, or is it
it's the needle.
Yeah, before they pump his ass full of fucking toxins and shit, he's gonna be willing to tell all. Might come clean, man. Might.
They play SoundCloud rap for an hour first as torture.
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they're giving. You seen that he was in court yesterday, right? When they did the brain scan motion.
It didn't show him, did it? Or did it show him?
Well, it did. I think that was something recent, unless that was an old court appearance that he had. But I thought that was something new. He looked at it a little heavier. He looked at stressed out. He didn't look as cheerful in the beginning. It's definitely taking a toll on him. Probably eating a lot of honey buns and Snickers and shit. Chowing down, crying in a cell over a fucking honey bun.
Visitors allowed. Wade does not have a cell phone, no access to internet or email or anything of like that. No access to apps like Signal or WhatsApp. And like I said, guys, please just be careful. We want to protect you so you are not being scammed, because there are a lot of scammers out there right now.
Yeah, she's the only one that can scam you. So don't go in any other scammers. Stay loyal to her scam.
So going on to our next topic, another rumor that we're going to debunk is the fact that it's been said that Wade has STDs. This is fake news as well too, guys, and I can definitely 100% share that. So I can tell you that we have access to Wade's medical records.
That is a fucking violation of HIPAA. She is wilding, bro.
She is kind of wilding, and we all know, lady, this is definitely not true. We know what he got. We've seen all these girls and guys, dude. Come on, man.
She's
girls and gals.
Team Wade. Holy shit, lady.
And it shows in his medical records that he has had STD testing completed in 2021, 2022, and 2024 as a precaution at the jail. Now, we cannot share these medical...
Why? What was he doing in the jail that it needed to be tested for? They seen him getting nasty with some of the inmates in there?
Definitely had a lover boy in there. They tried to escape together, holding hands and everything.
Sick, man.
Medical records, because that's a HIPAA violation to share with anybody that is not authorized. But I can tell you that I have looked at his medical records myself, and I can confirm that he does not have any form of STDs. Now,
I don't think that'll uphold in court, bro.
What, that he's definitely got HIV or something like that, bro.
You know, the bullshit excuse you just fucking gave. I'm just saying. That shit, that was wild just now. So how the fuck do you have clearance?
Definitely has crabs.
Yeah, I don't know. Allegedly.
Now, this is where the receipts come in here, guys. So pay close attention. I'm going to share my screen here in just a second. Now, I know that Kelly has expressed through several of her lives that he has multiple STDs, and she's claiming that he has all these diseases. Now, I want to remind you that that's defamation of character, and that's something very serious that we don't take lightly, especially since we have the proof that this is not accurate and this is not correct. So just want to remind you that these are items that, and sharing stuff like this and saying things like this can ultimately lead to defamation lawsuits. So instead, what I'm going to share with you here in a second is the fact that actually we...
Sue me, you dumb man's got AIDS.
Oh my gosh, that's
get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yo, plug goes off. Holy
I know,
shit.
plug goes off, needs to come back. Yo, Wade Wilson's a fucking punk bitch. I'm still mad about the Florida State shirt, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This chick is going hard.
And the Chomo shit, and the killings, all of it, bro.
Yeah, she's definitely capitalizing off this in any way, form, or fashion. She's not fucking around. I don't know, man.
We have a text message thread where Kelly openly admits that she has herpes and that she openly gave it to Wade. So let me just share with you guys this message that we have here. Give me one second while I try
Kelly's
to pull
got
it up.
herpes.
That's defamation right there. What is she talking about, bro?
She just contradicted the hell out of herself.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? You just she has herpes. What the fuck? Come on, man. This lady contradicts herself a lot, but she's a con artist. If you ain't got the ear for it, you ain't gonna hear it. A lot of dog whistles. Shout out to Dog Whistle Wednesdays, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll see you later, man. I'm gonna let this play.
YouTube streets.
Here we go. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen now. So you're going to see in the screen that ultimately in this text message thread, you can see that Kelly is openly admitting that she had herpes and that she gave it to Wade. Now, I want to go a little bit more in depth and talk to you a little bit more about herpes here, guys, okay? So first and foremost, there's two different types of herpes. We have both oral herpes, which are going to be cold sores, which we're all mostly familiar with. There's also genital herpes. Now, in order to spread herpes or genital herpes or any sort of it, it has to be an active infection that's going to be spread through skin-to-skin contact or through bodily fluids. So it has to be in an active infection state. Now, I had to look this up, guys, clearly, because I'm not familiar at all with herpes. I should let you know that. But ultimately, like I said, active infection, and I recommend Googling it, but make sure you have a strong stomach because it's a little bit gross. Oh my God. So make sure you look it up. But active infection means a group or cluster of lesions and blisters It's supposed to be extremely painful and a burning sensation. You have to have these lesions and blisters in order to spread it. So, again, if you haven't seen what it looks like, make sure you Google it. It's really gross, though, so just make sure you're not eating anything at that time. And I will tell you that if you do look it up online, and I want to give you this information, it does say that there's a slight possibility that it can be spread through other ways and other methods. But there's a lot of gray area in the medical field, I want to remind you. Not everything is black and white when it comes to the medical field. Medical professionals are there to protect their license. So they never want to say everything is for sure yes or anything is for sure no. They always have to have some form of disclaimer in there to say that there's always a chance that it can be spread in different ways.
Okay, lady, we don't want to hear your bull crap about you. Don't tell me about doctors.
Active infection. And I don't know about you, especially after looking it up, I would not want to have any form of interaction with anybody if I had an active state of that. It's not about Wade's childhood, his family, his son. Please make sure that it's as well too not about anything that is not public information already about his trial, because again, we got to keep some of our cards close here, and we want to make sure that we don't give out all of the information so that he has a really good chance here in his appeal process.
Then what are you going to ask him, lady?
We're going to let some more questions coming in, but meanwhile, guys, I want to see some more of those blue hearts coming in here. So let's see some more blue hearts coming in for Wade.
What's up with the blue and Wade Wilson all of a sudden? What is he, a fucking wannabe Crip now?
Ending pages. They're both under Save Wade Stephen Wilson. As a reminder, this is the only way that we're going to be able to afford the absolute best lawyer for him to handle his appeals process. So continue to share this page out. Again, we're recording it, so we're going to post it to our pages when we're able to. But let's make sure that we support our guy. All right, we're going to start with some questions because they're really starting to rapidly come through here, and this is awesome, guys. And I'm going to do my best to answer as many of these as possible. So first, when will Wade get his communication back? Again, guys, I want to be honest and transparent with you that we have absolutely no idea. Again, county jails we found are different from state jails. Now, state jails have to follow the government because they're federally funded. County jails, they regulate themselves and they make their own decisions. So the county jail right now, understandably, they're a little bit upset with what we're doing, and I don't blame them. But then again, they should not be trying to silence him and quiet him from here, because they're just trying to cover up the errors that they've made and the mistakes that they've made. So no idea when he's getting his communications back, but I promise you that Team Wade will let you know just as soon as he does, because we're excited to get an update from him as well. Our second question, are the petitions already submitted? Now, I can let you know that the petitions have not been submitted yet. We are actually going to be submitting them tomorrow, so please keep sharing those petitions out. We are super excited to be able to share these with Wade's lawyers. And what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that they present them to the judge on Tuesday of next week when he does have a sentencing. So I believe we're right around 40,000 signatures between the two petitions that we are promoting. So please, guys, continue to promote them. We have 24 hours left, not even, to get as many signatures on those petitions as that's our goal here. So again, guys, that's why we're hosting these live events. That's why we're doing all this fundraising, because ultimately we want this money. Again, it's not going directly to Wade. Instead, this money is going towards his lawyers that are going to handle his appeals process. We have really truly until about Friday to get that done. And I will let you know that realistically, guys, we have to get to at least $90,000 in order to secure them. That's only $20,000 away, and we have several more days to do it. So we can do this. We can absolutely do this. And I know we can because of all of the supporters that Wade has across the world. So let's make sure that we continue to share these pages, share his fundraising accounts. Again, we need about $20,000 more until we can actually complete a retainer to secure an appeals lawyer. We've got this. We're not going to get up. We're going to continue to give up. We're going to continue to fight until the very end. And then this is a great question. I'm super excited and thankful for whatever happened. What about Big Keen? He said he would help. And I don't know about you guys, but I watched that video a couple times, and I do remember him saying he was going to help, right? I don't know about you.
Who's
Now, I
Big
will
Keem?
tell you that unfortunately, we have tried to reach out
Wait a
to
minute.
Big Keem through messages. We also have been on his live events trying to get his attention. Unfortunately, he hasn't responded to us. So my recommendation for all of Wade's TikTok wives out there, for Team Wade, all of the supporters, let's blow up his DMs. Let's keep sending him messages. Let's hold him accountable
Who the heck?
for
Wait a
what he
minute.
said that he wanted to do.
Who's Big Keem? Somebody sent me something on him recently. So he's a team waiter?
So this is Wade right here. Wade is from Florida. I'm from Florida. The thing is, Wade needs some money for lawyers to help him get out of the little situation that he's in right now. Well, guess who has that type of money? Me. Guess who wants to help Wade? Me. Wade, get in contact with me. Big Keem, man. Let's talk about this shit. I might help you out, bro.
Hell here. Going on to some of the next questions. When will the merch go out? So I'm actually mailing out the our first set of wristbands
I'm
and
done.
hats here tomorrow.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm done with this shit. But anyways, man, YouTube Streets Podcast. It's fuck Team Wade. You already know. You know where we stand on it. They're trying to promote all this fucking bullshit. Who is the killer then? That's my question to Team Wade. If it isn't Wade Wilson, tell us who is the killer then. Who is the killer? Team Wade, because none anything y'all say doesn't make sense.
A good feeling that they have also cut off any type of mail that he is receiving. So it doesn't hurt because eventually he's going to see it. But you can still try to send him in some of those handwritten letters. Why did they take away Wade's privileges? I will tell you, while I don't know the exact reason, I think I can speculate that it's because they're frustrated that we're trying to tell his truth and we're trying to tell his story and we're trying to call them out for their inadequacies. This complete trial and everything has just been an absolute witch hunt on Wade. He has not been given an option to actually have his voice in any of this. His lawyers did not even defend him in his trial. And we're calling them out for their actions. And not only for that, we're calling out the jail for their actions too. And they don't like us too much. But do we really care? Honestly, no. So again, I can't say why, but I think there's multiple reasons as to why they took away his privileges. But the biggest reason is because they're trying to silence him from telling his truth. The good news is we already know his truth and we're going to continue to say it, and they can't silence us from the outside. If Wade is sentenced to death, he will be going up to Union Correctional Facility in Rayford, Florida. That is where the death row inmates are currently housed in the state of Florida. But on the other end, if he is not sentenced to death, if he's sentenced to life, instead he will go to a reception center for a little bit of time. Until he can actually go to another prison somewhere here in Florida, which we're unsure of what prison that would be. So again, if it's death, he'll go to Rayford to Union Correctional. If not, he'll go to a reception center for a few weeks until he figures out exactly where he's going to be sent for prison in Florida. Now, another good question, who am I to Wade? And I think I might explain our team a little bit better. So our team kind of came together organically, guys. I've been friends with Wade here for a little bit of time, and I believed his innocence from the very beginning and believed and truly thought that he deserved a fair chance at a trial. Now, luckily, our team, we have a team of 5 individuals. We're all from around the world, so it's wonderful. We can cover the page at all hours of the day. We always joke that we have 24-hour surveillance on all of our social media pages. But again, our team, we've all just kind of been connected actually by Wade. He was able to speak with each of us, and he thought that we would be great together on a team. And I'll tell you that I absolutely love our team. I love the girls, but more than anything, we love you, the supporters, because we couldn't do our jobs without all of the support that's coming in from you guys, and without all the love that's coming in every single day. All of the documentation, all of the recommendations, we take absolutely everything in. I want to let you know, and we talk about all of this. So Again, we're just good friends of Wade's who have all come together to make sure that we can help prove his innocence and truly get him the fair trial and everything that he deserves. If he loves reading, this next question, if he loves reading, what does he like to read? He reads a lot of fiction. Honestly, it's kind of a mixture of everything. So I'm trying to think of the last book he read, and I apologize. It's blanking from my mind, but I will get it, and I'll make sure that we reiterate it to you guys what the last book is that he read. But really, he'll read anything that he can get his hands on. He likes to do crossword puzzles as well, too. He's just someone who wants to be constantly learning and continuing to utilize his brain. Another question, does he know how much support he has? I will tell you that he definitely knows how much support he has, and now, clearly, we haven't spoken with Wade in a week and a half now on the phone. We did have somebody present today at his sentencing. So it's another reminder that he has support from his team and he has support from the rest of the world as well, too. But he does know, because before he had his phone privileges revoked, again, it was on Saturday the 10th at 4:15 p.m. That's when his privileges were officially revoked from him. We were able to share with him a lot of comments ahead of time, how the pages were doing, how many followers he had, where his donations were at for his legal team. So he is aware of all the support he has. And I can't tell you how appreciative he is. You know, every single time we tell him about how many more people that we have following us, he's just in absolute awe. And he really can't believe that he has this many people who truly believe in him and care about hearing his side of things. So it's absolutely wonderful. And again, we really appreciate everyone for that support. Another question, do we think it's going to be possible to raise up another 20K in a few days? Definitely, guys. Have you guys seen what you've already done in the last 3 weeks? We're already at $60,000 or over. Sorry, we're over that. We're almost at 70,000. I'm sorry. I forgot our number. Jeez. But I will tell you that you guys have actually crushed it. But the only way that we're going to continue to get that money and raise up the money that we need in time is if we continue to donate, we share his pages, and we tell his story. So please continue to donate to his Fundly and go get funding. Both are under Save Wade Stephen Wilson. And make sure you share it out that you're donating. We're also going to make sure that we get back to posting all of the thank yous. And we're sorry about the delays. It's been a little bit crazy for us, constantly fighting out fires. And when Wade got all of his privileges revoked, we've really been just focusing the last week on trying to figure out what we can do to get those reinstated. So we're definitely going to, like I said, I'm not even going to say if it's possible. We are going to raise up the additional $20,000 that we need in the next few days. We know we're going to do it, and we're going to do it with your support. All right, still going through some more questions here, guys, but I want to see some more blue hearts. Where are the blue hearts at here for Wade? Let's make sure that we get those blue hearts out here. Continue to share this live. Continue to do all of this. It's absolutely wonderful. Again, we appreciate you guys so much for being flexible here today. Another question coming in, do we ship merchandise internationally? We do currently for the wristbands. We are unable to for the hats and the shirts, unfortunately, just due to the cost of shipping. We may try to figure something out, but again, we found that to ship internationally, it's upwards of $30 to $50 per shipment. And we really want to try to make this as affordable as possible for Wade supporters. So right now, the wristbands can be shipped internationally. We're going to be utilizing USPS for all of the shipping because that's how we were able to cut the prices and costs down. But we're going to make sure that, again, that we continue to ship out the wristbands, and then the hats and shirts will just only be for the U.S. How do we address the handwritten letters? What we'll do, guys, is we'll post that to our page by tomorrow, how you can address the handwritten letters to Wade. Again, I want to reiterate that I cannot guarantee that he's going to get these letters right now or that he will get them in at all. It just depends ultimately on if his privileges are given back. We don't necessarily know if he is even able to get in letters at this time. So we do want to make sure that you're aware that definitely still send them, and we'll make sure that we post that information on how you can send him the letters. Another question is, will he get his phone email privileges on death row? Yes, so I've done a lot of extensive research into this, and they do ultimately have phone and email privileges, but it's not quite as often or as common. There's what they call a day room, where he will have kiosks available. Well, he will be able to make phone calls, or tablets as well, phone calls and send emails, but it's only for a limited portion of the day. So he will ultimately have his phone and email privileges back if he does go to death row. Again, this is an if. If he goes to life in prison, then he will still have the phone and email privileges. And one other thing that I want to reiterate to you guys too, no matter what, Wade is going to be kept safe, whether he is on death row or if he gets life in prison. This has been a question here. Because Wade is considered a public figure now, he will be eligible for protective custody. So that means that he will be safe no matter where he goes, at least until we can get him through the appeals process and we can prove his innocence and get him out of prison and get him free. So just want to reiterate, guys, that he is going to be protected as well when he is in prison because he's considered a public figure. Oh, and that was the next question. Will they put him in protective custody? Yes, already answered that. Next question, new legal team. I know we've already covered this, guys, but we want to reiterate, we still need about $20,000.
Yeah, he definitely gonna
We need to
piece
get
you
to
up.
$90,000 before we can actually retain a good lawyer. Again, we don't want to go with a
Wow,
bare
90
ass minimum
grand.
lawyer. We want to make sure that we get him the absolute best appeals lawyer in the state of Florida to cover his next step of his case. So we have been in talks. We have some that we are ready to secure just as soon as that we can get the remaining money. So ideally, guys, we got to get this done by Friday so we can get the steps in motion, so that we can get them there by the next day, so that they can start taking over his case immediately. Are they looking into the death penalty law that was passed in correlation to his case? 100% yes. Wade should be grandfathered into the previous death penalty law, which means that it had to be a unanimous vote. That's one thing that unfortunately his lawyers did not address until it was too late. The motion that they filed about that was filed at the incorrect time. So I will tell you that he should be grandfathered into the previous, and there's actually a news article that we will make sure that we post as well too here, so you guys can read it, about another inmate that was ultimately sentenced, or was supposed to be potentially sentenced to death row, and the judge actually determined that he would not be eligible for it and that he would be grandfathered into the previous rules because he was charged with those crimes before the death penalty change. It asked the next question, will the team be at sentencing? We will let you know that we are lucky enough that we will have a few of our team members available at sentencing. We're not going to disclose who it will be for our safety, but we do plan to have a few team members there at sentencing, again, to show our support. Do you know where and what time we can watch the Spencer hearing? Yes, definitely. I'm so happy this was asked. So the Spencer hearing should be televised on both Court TV, which has had his case, as well as Law and Crime Network on YouTube. So Court TV, I believe, can be found on YouTube, or they have an app. Law and Crime, I've specifically only really seen through YouTube. But it's going to be at 9 a.m. They normally do start at right around 9 a.m. in the morning. And as a reminder, Spencer hearing is at 9 a.m. on next Tuesday, the 27th. And then at 2 p.m. is going to be sentencing. We did pin this one, but when was the last time we spoke to Wade? The last time that we had any contact with Wade was on Saturday, August 10th at 4:15 p.m. because we were actually on the phone with him when he had his phone taken away by the corrections officers. And I can tell you that there was absolutely no reason given as to why his phone was being taken away, and we're going to cover that in one of our next lives once Wade is in a safer area. Will he ever get face-to-face visitation in person? He definitely will get face-to-face visitation in person, whether he is on death row or if he's sentenced to life in prison. So It's a little bit different. Now, Wade does have to approve of all of his visitors, so please just don't think that you can just show up at the prison and request to see him. There's a visitation process that has to go through, and he has to approve you himself and actually submit the documents. So they do allow face-to-face visitation. It's a little bit different for death row versus life, but he will, luckily. And we did find out that those visits ultimately would be contact, so he's not going to have to do them behind a glass. He's going to be able to get hugs. He's going to be able to have love shown to him, and he's going to actually be able to feel like a person again while he's going through the appeals process. Now, another question is, will we address the jail calls being released? We're going to actually address those calls, guys, on Sunday on our next live. So stay tuned for that. There was just too much information to go over tonight, but we do want to make sure that we get you guys some answers there on those jail calls. No matter what, I want to remind you, though, that it is extremely unfair to the individuals who have been on those jail phone calls because they have not had their own authorization to be on it. So I know you've seen a couple recently with Kristen on there, and we feel absolutely horrible that she's going through this and being put through this because we all make mistakes in our lives, right? And we all continue to grow and learn from our mistakes, and it's not fair for us to ultimately put somebody out there that hasn't given authorization for it to be utilized. We're also going to address the Joey phone calls, but again, we're going to do that next Sunday, or on this coming Sunday on the 25th. We're going to address the phone calls then. Can the judge deny a new lawyer? Nope, absolutely not. Cannot deny a new lawyer. As soon as the appeals process starts, and again, you guys are going to learn more about this on Sunday. We're going to do a huge education system on the appeals process and what the next steps entail. But the judge absolutely cannot deny a new lawyer. And actually, the Judge Thompson, will not even be involved in the appeals process.
Interesting.
So it says, how is he doing emotionally, and how is he doing on last Saturday when we last spoke to him? It's hard to say how he's doing emotionally, but I can tell you that our team member who went today said that they could tell that once they saw him, that his spirits truly were high and that he felt the love and support that he has had from not only his team, but from everyone across the world. So I can let you know that it's hard to say emotionally, but I can tell you that Wade himself is very resilient, and he knows that we're fighting for him so hard out here. And I know that's what's keeping him going on a daily basis, although he cannot speak to us right now. So I'll let you guys come to your own conclusions about the emotionally how he's doing, because if I was in that situation as well, I think it would be pretty tough being honest with you and being transparent. But if I knew that I had all of the support from everybody that he's had the support from, I'd feel pretty damn good. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about most of the questions that we've had come in. And I think it's about time that we unfortunately have to wrap up our live event. But again, this is not the end for Wade. Just because his motion for a new trial and acquittal were denied, that does not mean that we end our fight here. Instead, we start the appeal process to overturn this conviction and to get Wade the new trial that he deserves to prove his innocence in all of this. So we just want to wrap up here by saying, and I want to see some more blue hearts coming out here, guys. Come on, let's see some more blue hearts in the comments section as we wrap it up here tonight. I want to see as many as possible for Wade. But on our next live, we're going to do another update on Wade. We're also going to review the Florida appeals process so we can educate everybody on what the next steps are going to be after sentencing is completed on Tuesday, the 27th at 9 a.m. And then we're also going to debunk some more rumors because there's still plenty more for us to be able to debunk. It's insane. And we're also going to do another live questions and answers. So come prepared with your questions because we're ready to answer them. And again, next time too, we'll give you more information. We're going to do another live event after Wade is sentenced. And we're going to give you some more in-depth information on how he has been mistreated at that jail and everything that he has gone through. But
boo-hoo, lady. Boo-hoo. So tell me this. So we're seeing Team Wade, but why have I not seen bracelets saying Team Diane or Team Christine? You know what I'm saying? Why is it? It's getting really eerie and sad. But anyways, man, this is the YouTube Streets podcast, New Age Plus. Let me know what y'all think about freaking Team Wade. and what they're doing. And are you going to be there going against them Tuesday? I don't know. I think this is going to get violent.
Let's get to that.
Stolen cars and titty bars and shards of crystal meth. Stolen cars and titty bars and identity theft. Stolen cars and titty bars and unprotected sex on crystal meth.